Hi guys, I wanted to talk about food. Food, yeah, well, it's lunchtime, For me, uh, having intestinal fortitude issues, food is a bit of a sensitive subject. I love food. I enjoy food a lot. I love decadent food. I love fruity food. Well, I'm not a big fan of vegetables, but I love sweet foods. I'm sincerely addicted to sweets. Um, there's a lot of hubbub going around that, veganism is the end all be all when it comes to making yourself a more whole and spiritual person. I don't agree with that. I don't. I think if you choose to become a vegan, that's fantastic. And there are a lot of reasons that people choose to become vegans and vegetarians. And I wholeheartedly support that. I realize now that it is much easier, although still completely expensive, to be a vegan or vegetarian. For me personally, I really like meat. I do, very much so. I'm not a big fan of the replacements nutritionally of what giving meat up I would have to fill in the gaps. For me, that's simply not a choice that I'm willing to make right now. I don't harbor any ill will towards people that eat factory farmed chicken. I don't harbor any ill will towards people that choose to speak out against people that eat factory farmed chicken. Um, Growing up and having still being a part of the farming community, farming meaning crops and animals and all sorts of stuff that has to do with farming. I know that almost like literally all of the farmers that I know that have cattle, that have chickens, that have sheep, that have all the 4-H kids that raise animals, they are very good, very good to their animals. Not because they have to be, not because someone is forcing them to be good to their animals, because that's how they make their living. And typically the gentlemen are not as on the level as the women. The women usually name the cows and the animals and all that sort of thing, and they have an attachment. Some people don't like the idea of having the attachment because if you're raising an animal for meat, you know that the end game is going to be consumption. And that's fine for some people. For some people, that's simply not. When I first started raising chickens, I gave up eating chicken. I did. Because if you handed me a sharp knife and it was the end of the world, and someone said, okay, you either have to kill that chicken or kill that cow. Let me tell you, I'd kill that cow a lot faster than I would even remotely catch that chicken. Bye-bye. The dog's going crazy. So for me, uh, it's an easier choice because I know that the animals locally are raised in a humane and a loving environment. They are cared for. Uh, they aren't necessarily antibiotic free, but again, if you're in the farming community, there is a place for antibiotics. Obviously, not abuse, but again, all the farms I know are small scale farms and don't have the kind of problems that a larger scale farm would. Um, I do try to buy meat locally. A few of our local area supermarkets do carry locally grown meat. There are also a bunch of butchers. And of course, deer season, everybody stocks their freezers around here, and that's not unusual. So you kill a few deer, and it feeds a family of 4 for a year. Or even if it's half a year, then you get through to summer where you eat less meat naturally. It saves a lot of money for a lot of people. So I support hunting, I support fishing, I support trapping, I support raising your own meat for your own consumption, but I also support vegans. I also support vegetarians. I have respect for them. Does that make them more spiritual? Not to me, no. To me, no. Just because I can know myself and know that I enjoy meat, that I am not contributing to the terrors that PETA shows. I'm sure that happens. Absolutely. I'm not taking away from the seriousness of that issue. But the fact that we as a community are blessed enough to have these resources, I'm going to then take that option. Obviously in a city, that's not possible. Or you have to try harder to find, outsourced meat and, look up the farm and do your research. I always tell people, do your research. Know your farmer. Okay? But I don't think that makes you more spiritual. A lot of the vegans I know don't meditate and don't research and just aren't interested in that sort of thing. They chose to take the healthier route for a lot of different reasons. A lot of them are health reasons. A lot of them are personal reasons that they, respect animals and all life, and that's fine. I respect that. But for me personally, being spiritual means being spiritual, serving, doing, bettering. It doesn't mean eating a specific diet. It doesn't. So when I hear people encouraging other people to be vegans, I'm like, that's great. Try it. Was it Meat-Free Monday was a thing? We usually eat meat. We eat fish too, but we eat meat. We eat red meat maybe once a week. We eat chicken probably 3 or 4 times a week, and then we eat fish the rest of the time. Sometimes the kids don't eat much at all, so we certainly try and bulk up their diet in other ways. Audrey will eat vegetables, totally. Audrey's super cool with that. She's not really a fan of black beans, which is weird, but refried beans, she's okay with that. Obviously you want to make sure that there aren't holes in your diet, and that takes a whole level of research as it is. I've recently found an app called MyFitnessPal, and I've been using that to try and gain my 10 pounds. It's not going well, but it's interesting. It's totally free. The way that they show you the nutritional breakdown for the day, what you're expected to have based on your activity level, your age, your height, your weight, that sort of thing. And it's free, which is awesome. And I've certainly learned that I actually don't eat as many carbs as I'm supposed to, which I don't really eat a lot of bread. So I've kind of modified my diet in a lot of ways to gain weight anyway. But there's a lot of details. They list the vitamins you're supposed to have from the foods that you're eating, and it taught me a lot. Simply learning about your diet can certainly teach you a lot about who you are as a person. Junk food, just eliminate the junk food. Eat less bad, eat more good. That's how it is. I had been really good. I cut back on my soda consumption, and then life got stressful again, and I haven't been doing as well. So I'm continually working towards that goal. I'm not ready to give up my soda yet. I love my soda, but I have been trying. I don't eat a lot of processed foods, so that helps out. That's certainly my goodie. I know, I see you too. But eating a specific diet, eating a food or not eating a food, does not make you a better person. That's my point. So while vegans and vegetarians or pescatarians or whatever Aryan they are, they kind of see themselves up on this high stool platform, and it's like, pretty long fall from that high horse, buddy. And I know a lot of wonderful vegans and vegetarians that aren't preachers. I love them. They're awesome. They usually take me places, and I try new foods, and I love them, right? But then there are friends that are like, you can't eat that. That has blah, blah, blah in it. And I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm eating it. I've already made the choice to eat it. Your spiel is not going to change my mind on wanting to eat this food. There's a difference between educating someone and annoying someone. I think that's a very fine balance. I encourage people to look into it. It's nowadays it is entirely possible to eat a vegan diet. Of course, it's also entirely possible to have a completely liquid diet, live off of Ensure, and be fine. But soy is not delicious. So yeah, I see you. You fussing? So just remember, smile, nod, thank you for the information. I'm gonna go have my steak for lunch now. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.